everything gone. Imagine waking up tomorrow with no website, no email list, no social media, not a single follower anywhere. That's exactly the situation I'm walking you through today, step by step, because here most people don't really. If you can't get your first 100, you'll never get your first 100,000. So if someone took away my website, my email list, and every social media account I own today, how would I get my first 100 starting from zero? 100,000, 100. Because those first 100 visitors get, and the most important. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I do, step by step, starting with nothing. No ads, no audience, no budget. And stick around because step 3 is where most people completely sabotage themselves without even knowing it. Here's the problem. Most beginners make the exact same mistake. They spend weeks building the perfect website, picking colors, designing logos, tweaking fonts nobody will ever notice, buying courses, watching endless YouTube videos. Then they sit back and wait for the traffic to magically find them. Weeks go by, nothing. Maybe their mum visits the site. Maybe a friend clicks the link out of pity. But real visitors? Zero. That silence is brutal. You start thinking maybe this whole thing isn't for me, but it was never about you not being good enough. It was about doing things in the wrong order. Traffic comes before perfection. You don't need a perfect website. You need people, actual human beings who care about what you have to say. Everything else comes after. So let me walk you through exactly what I do. Step 1. Know exactly who you're helping. This sounds simple, but this is where everything either clicks or falls apart. Most people start way too broad. They try to help everyone, and when you try to help everyone, you help no one because your message is so watered down it doesn't hit anybody in the gut. Instead, I'd get laser focused. One person, one problem, one solution. So instead of saying something vague like, I help people make money online, I'd say, I help complete beginners build a side income online without needing tech skills. Feel the difference? The first one could be for anyone. The second one, the person who needs to hear. That feels like you're talking directly to them. People connect with clarity, not vague promises. When someone reads your message and thinks, that's exactly me, you've already won half the battle. That shift alone from broad to specific is the one of most practical things that you can do before you ever publish a single piece of content. It costs nothing and it changes how every message you write lands with people. Step 2, create helpful content every single day. Now, I know you're thinking, every day? I've got a full-time job. I barely have time to eat dinner. I get it. But here's what I mean. You don't need expensive equipment, no studio, no fancy camera, no ring light. Use your phone. That's it. Answer questions your audience are already asking. Go to Reddit, go into Facebook groups, go into forums where people hang out. Look at what they're struggling with. They make content that answers those exact questions. Share your experiences. Teach what you've already learned, even if it feels like you're just one step ahead of the person you're helping. That one step matters more than you think. When you answer a real question, a real person is already typing into Google or asking in a group. Your content has more reason to exist before you even hit publish. It's not guesswork, it's not responding to demand, that's already there. Here's why this works. Every single piece of content you put out becomes another door, another way for someone to find you and walk into whatever you're building. One video, one post, one answer in a forum. They stack up. And over time, those doors start bringing people to your autopilot. Step 3. This is the one I mentioned earlier, and it's where most people go completely wrong. Pick one platform. One. Not five, not three, one. Because here's what happens. Someone starts on Facebook, posts for a week, nothing. So they jump to TikTok, post for a few days, nothing. Then Instagram, then YouTube, then LinkedIn, then print. Before they know it, they spread themselves so thin they're showing up nowhere consistently. Exhausting, frustrated, nothing to show for it. Think about it. Would you rather dig 5 shallow holes or one deep well? The deep well is where the water is. Pick the one platform where your audience already hangs out and go in until you have real traction. The reason this matters so much is that every platform has a learning curve. What gets engagement, what gets ignored, how the algorithm treats your creations. If you're splitting your attention across 5 platforms, you're resetting that learning curve 5 times over and getting good at none of them. Master one before you even think about the next. Step 4. Build somewhere to send people. A lot of people skip this entirely and it costs them everything. Never build your entire business on rented land. Social media platforms can change the rules overnight and they can shut down your account, they can tweak the algorithm so nobody sees your stuff. You need somewhere you own, somewhere you control, a simple landing page, a basic website, an email list, somewhere your audience can always find you no matter what happens on social media. When you've got that, you're not at the mercy of any platform. You've got the foundations, and those first 100 visitors, when you send them somewhere you own and capture their email, you can now follow up. Now you can build a real relationship. That changes everything. Think about what it actually means in practice. Someone visits your content once and leaves. They may never come back. But if they hand you their email address, you can reach out to them again tomorrow. You can share something useful. You can keep showing up in their inbox. That's the difference between a one-time visitor and someone who actually gets to know you over time. Step 5. This one's optional. Once you know your message is connecting, you can see people responding to what you are putting out there. Then, and only then, would I start testing paid traffic. Not to replace your organic traffic you've been creating, to accelerate what's already working. Think of it like pouring gasoline on a fire that's already burning. No fire yet, the gasoline is just a puddle on the ground. But when your foundation is solid, when you know your message resonates, even a small daily ad budget pointed at something that already is converting can multiply your results. The reason you wait is simple. Paid traffic amplifies whatever is already happening. If your message isn't connecting yet, paying for more eyeballs just means more people seeing something that isn't working. Get the message right first, then scale it. Here's the big lesson, and I want you to really hear this. After going through my own journey of trying to build something outside of the 9 to 5, taking the leap of faith and believing in myself, even when nothing was working, here's what I've learned. Traffic isn't about luck. It's not about going viral. It's not about gaming some algorithm or finding a secret trick nobody knows about. It's about constantly showing up and helping people solve problems. That's it. Do that often enough, and people start finding you. They start sharing your stuff, they tell their friends. Those first 100 visitors turn into 500, then 1,000, then 10,000. But it all starts with showing up and solving problems for real people day after day, even when it feels like nobody's watching, because they will be. Now, if you've been watching this and thinking, okay, I understand the traffic side, but I still need something solid to send people to, that's actually what I'd point you towards next. Take a look at the turnkey residual income system at bigresidual.com. It's built for people who want to focus on showing up and creating content without getting buried in the technical setup on the back end. The link is in the description below, so go and check it out.